Ooh. So, Shakira, let me start. What do you think about what you've heard this morning?
I'm going to be 100% honest with you lot.
Good.
I'm very, very upset. I didn't hear anything, you know, first of all, she was late, and I think that is an ultimate disrespect to the sector. If we cannot have, at a government level, people coming in early, it just shows a lack of disrespect for the sector, not answering any questions. And the one, I was trying to think of a strapline to at least tweet one thing, and I can't think of anything apart from, let me help you. No, let me help you, Anne. Need some help with understanding the sector. She gave her speech, and I'm trying to be very professional here. She gave her speech. I didn't see one piece of belief in her speech, any passion, and I just felt like she read off the paper, and it was a real missed opportunity to address the key factors that we're going through within the sector.
Yeah,
I'll be talking to her. I'll send her a letter after, so don't worry about that.
I mean, David, that's true, isn't it? That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, and there was nothing to announce, was there? And what the audience wanted was Damien Hines.
Yeah.
Because he is the Secretary of State, let's face it. He said colleges are really important. He said technical education is his top priority, but he can't come, and we really don't know why. So she had a hard gig, but I don't think she showed the passion that we were after. I don't think she really connected with the audience. I don't think we got what we wanted.
This is like Gogglebox, isn't it? Like doing it's true though, like, because and David, you and I and Shakira, we've all talked about this. When I was told last week that Damien had pulled out, I was absolutely raging, because that literally is the biggest insult, to just say, oh, I'm sorry, you're not important enough at the minute, which is why I know I was a bit cheeky with Anne there, but I just think, you know, you deserve more. We keep hearing, don't we, this lip service and rhetoric around, we really care about colleges, we really care about the work you're doing, and then you just don't see it in practice enough. But, I mean, let's talk positives as well. Maybe not from Anne's speech, but, you know, yeah, sorry. One day, I'm so close to being fired from the BBC at the minute, by the way. Honestly, it's going to come soon. Can I have a job if it happens?
You took my line. I was going to ask for that at the end of my speech.
But Shakira, you know, hearing Andy there talking about the difference it's making, the collaboration between colleges and the importance that's making to the region, that is an important message to get out there, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Devolution is really important. We need to understand what local colleges do for their local community in terms of not just providing education, but creating citizens of the future. However, we do need to understand that there are some cons to that. So, for example, SEND learners, there's a lot of funding comes from the local authority, and with devolution, this would work really well in understanding the local needs of the community, but funding needs to be there to be able to create parity of steam between the different versions of further education, including SEND learners.
Yeah. So what do you think is the biggest opportunity for further education?
So, you know, it's creating, and you lot all know my story, like I would not be here without further education. I think on the people side, it's about saving lives. I think when I go across the country and I speak to many young people that are neat, not in any forms of education, but they have the passion to be able to go into engineering or fashion, but they just don't have the opportunity and the self-confidence to do that. So I think it's about creating a different type of leaders. But also I think within the local economy and understanding the skills sector, FE is that bridge between that bridge of the skills that we need within the current labour market and the local people, a different type of people person.
And David, you talked about your how many P's were there in
your... Loads.
Loads of P's. Yeah. You've got a thing for a P, have you? Well, that sounded weird, didn't it? Sorry. But what do you think then is the biggest opportunity looking ahead? Because I think there's definitely a turn in the tide in terms of what we need in skills, and there are more and more people saying the traditional schools at the minute are just not providing what workplaces need.
Look, I think the biggest opportunities, the universities a few years ago were the answer to everything, weren't they? Everyone thought universities were fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's changed, actually. And people are starting to question whether going to university to do a degree is the answer to everybody's needs, and it really isn't. And I think, you know, the post-18 review that we'll report in January, we think, is a massive opportunity for this sector. So I think we can focus on that and think about the sorts of people who would never go and do a 3-year degree in a university, but really can access locally the kind of the level 4, the level 5, the skills that matter in the labour market. I think that's number one opportunity. The second thing is we do have advocates for us about, particularly around the funding, and we need to build on that. And I think Anne actually believes in it. She just probably wasn't able to say it convincingly. That's the problem.
Yeah, and there's not really, apart from lobbying and trying to prove that, you know, FE needs more funding, there's not much you can do about it. So if you're someone who is running a college, you've got all these budgetary pressures, you know, you're constantly being told, get out there and celebrate what you do. How do you do that when you're also trying to manage everything else, do you think?
Yeah, but look, I think it's tough, isn't it? But I think every college leader needs to spend half an hour a week on it. You know, just say, every week I'm going to do half an hour of something about our profile and the prestige of what we do and maybe the politics of it. Really doing something that matters. And as I said earlier, you know, getting your MPs on side, I think, is the number one priority for the next few months. Getting them to understand what the college does would be really important.
I think the Love Our College Week was a prime example of when students and leaders come together, we are a voice to be reckoned with. And then I just want to, a thing that I would want to say to management is that I totally understand from just being NUS presidents, the difficulties of leadership and management and the constraints that you have, but we need to start talking up. We need to not allow the government to put fear into us about our jobs, because if we don't start talking up for the sector, we're going to not have a job anyway, so we might as well go out fighting. And I think that, you know, Jerry, big up Jerry, I bigged him up already. He set the way with our Love Our Colleges Week by closing the college for the day. I think Yvonne done that also, and I think that was a prime example of actually when we step out the box, step out our comfort zone, we are forced to expand our consciousness, and we are forced to put ourselves in situations that will get our voices out there. But I do totally understand the constraints, but we need to be a bit bold in our approach.
Go on, are you going to
Well,
say
no, and look, and Love Our Colleges, what happened, everybody who got involved in that felt part of something bigger, and they felt stronger for that. And that's what we need to keep hold of over the next 6-9 months. Is we are a really big force to be reckoned with if we work together.
And the thing I would say as well is, Love Our Colleges, that was a week essentially, wasn't it, of campaigning. The coverage I did was one day, but what this needs is that constant at the forefront of people's minds. And Shakira, you and I were talking out there about how, you know, it's not just, loads of people say to me, well, you could put it on the news more, or Christian could put it on Channel 4. Actually, that's not what most people are watching these days. The majority of young people are vlogging, their YouTube. To be honest, the BBC is dying a death at the minute with losing view. Again, I'm going to get fired soon. But there's also a question about what you can enable the students to do and tell their own stories, because that's what's lovely about the Love Our Colleges thing, was hearing the stories of students. But there should be more of passing the work on to them a bit as well. The thing I noticed from interviewing, and obviously I've been to lots of colleges and talked to lots of them, they're so articulate because they're used to having to have a maturer outlook on life. A lot of them have links with industry, so they're really good at talking about it. And Shakira, I mean, you said you wanted to do a Snapchat about this today.
You're saying everything too quickly. Let's bring them on the journey. I'm trying to get their like energy up, because I'm, you know, after hearing Andy today, I can imagine saying, once upon a time, let's bring them on.
Do you want to get them all stood up?
So we're going to get them standing up, stretching your legs and shouting that we love our colleges, but that will be
we're going to do that on a Snapchat at the end, so brace yourself. If you take a while to get out your chair, maybe start now.
But also, I mean, when I was on Channel 4 News a few weeks ago, and I had my Made in Lewisham College jumper, I didn't realise the impact that actually made. And it's as simple as, you know, just getting people to be proud, FE students to be proud of where they come from. And now Lewisham College have produced their own Made by Lewisham, because they've split now, Made by Lewisham and Made by Southwark. We won't go there. Made by Lewisham, Made by Southwark College. And I think when I had that jumper on, I make sure that I wear it with a sense of pride and a sense of, you know, ownership over like what further education can do. Digital is coming, is increasing, and there's many ways that we can go out to our communities, to government, and lobby them in innovative ways.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I definitely want to like work with you, David, and commit to helping students do that as well. I think there's definitely... Is my mic going off? That's the BBC, that controlling it. Don't let us speak anymore. But yeah, and you know, and I kind of want to commit as well to helping you guys to do that. So I was saying to David, I definitely want to get to more colleges over the next few years. And I'm sure you're probably all thinking, quick, get her email, get her in. But I do want to do that because I think you do definitely need more support, but I can't obviously do it on my own. And it's about enabling your students to sell your story as well. We're out of time, I'm afraid. It was eaten up by a minister and a Channel 4. But can we, yeah, let's do this. So can everyone just get out of the chair for a sec? We're just going to do a quick We Love Our Colleges Snapchat.
We love our colleges.
Any miserable bugger who's
I'm
like,
going to go over there so I can like... All right, you lot, this is your opportunity. Oh, sorry. Taking your job.
What do you want them to do? Do you want me to do a 1, 2, 3?
This is our time to show the world what we do as a sector. So I really want your energy. I appreciate you standing up. So after 3... Oh, shit.
It's a bit much for some of them,
I didn't mean that. Not in a political... No.
Right,
Let
so
me
after
just do
3,
this.
what do you want?
So after 3, love our colleges, but I'm going to run across the stage, do waving of hands or whatever.
Oh, God.
Use more passion than Anne Milton used in her speech. That's your benchmark, your KPI.
And also, anyone stood still is likely to stand out more than the people moving. Right, after 3.
1, 2, 3.
Love our colleges!
And just for political reasons, I have to go from left to right and right to left, obviously. So...
1, 2, 3, love our colleges!
Hey. And then those in the middle.
Right, you're pushing your luck.
All right,
now.
we're done.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Shakira, David, thank you very much.